Well, good morning, everyone. And once again, welcome to another live, and hope you're having a great start to your day. And we'll just wait for a few folks to join us this morning. And who's going to be the first one up here? Let's see. Rosalinda, Niagara Falls, and Mike from Norland. Brahim, Portland, Oregon, and Sean, good morning. Nativity from Aaron, Dorita, Wendy, good morning. Nick from our staff, Michelin, good morning. Wendy from Markham, good morning. Cease from the Netherlands, good morning. Sherry, Vera, Newfoundland. Keith from Florida. Good morning, Keith. Massey, Newfoundland. Who is that? Connie, good morning. Jeanette from our staff. Nellie, but I missed somebody back there, and just because I talk too much. Judy, and Jeanette, and Jocelyn, and Fran, and Etta. Liz, Salmon Arm, BC. Well, good morning to you, and it's bright and early there. Maria, good morning. Linda from Chile, Pennsylvania. Joe from London, and Joe and Marla. Catherine and Dale, good morning. Gloria, Marie, Cape Breton. And from Labrador, Tony. I love that name, Tony. And Vancouver. Oh, it goes by too fast. Melika. I wanted to say Dave. Good morning. I missed from Vancouver. William, Nova Scotia. Susan, good morning. Are you in Florida, Susan? Elizabeth. Connie. Quebec. And Linda. Good morning, Lindo. Good morning. Echo and Heather and Louise, right from Sudbury. Judy from New Brunswick, Michelin, and Marilyn, and Ingrid from Calgary. Wow, we got a lot of folks from out west. Yvonne, good morning. Nova Scotia. Carol, Diane. Okay, couple of more and let's get going. Julie, good morning. And Debbie, she's saying she's got COVID. Okay, well, we're praying for you, Debbie. Linda and Rose, Renee, Faye. You guys are great. Thanks for coming on. Fran, we appreciate you guys. Itty from Unionville, Ontario. Alma, thanks, guys. Buto, Mozambique. Holy moly. All around the world. Okay. So a couple of studies have come out. It's interesting, like even this week, I had to flag a few of these things. Now, this is from WebMD. Okay. Hello. WebMD. Yesterday, here's what they're saying. WebMD. 2 years late to the party, but better late than never. Here's what they're saying about VitDerma, vitamin D, the sun. Here's what they're saying. Let me quote them. Sunlight, VitDerma, okay? I have a trademark on that name. So don't steal it off of me. VitDerma. Here's what WebMD is saying. Sunlight may energize special cells in your immune system called T cells. Wow. It shocked me. I had to flag this article in WebMD and like, hello, yes, yes. Do you remember me 18 months ago or more when I said we ought to put every Canadian for the amount of money we spent, and I said this way before we were spending all that money. I said we should put them in transports, you know, those big planes, okay? And bunch up all us Canadians and send us to Florida and get in the sun. VitDerma. Why? The way out of this, guys, the way out of this is what I've been preaching. Metabolic health. You want to be in good metabolic health, because people that go to the hospital, people that get sick, generally are unwell metabolically. I haven't just said that. I mean, there's no argument about that. That's what's happening. You're either very old or you're metabolically unwell, too, and you lack vitamin D3. Well, vitamin D3, but you lack vitamin D. You have low levels of vitamin D. That's just facts. And here's WebMD saying sunlight specifically, okay? Sunlight specifically activates T cells. Haven't I told you that? Haven't I told you lately? That what happens is that your T cells, let's go over this again. T cells specifically. Where do they come from, Doc? Your lymphatic system. Oh, yeah? And how are they energized? How do they become the ever-ready bunny? Well, they have a little wee antenna, little up top of their T cells, and they're looking for sunlight, VitDerma. It activates their battery packs. They have a little solar panel on them. And they only really work when you get in the sun. I've been screaming like John the Baptist from the rooftops. Prepare the way for the sun. He said the Son of God. I'm saying the sun up in the sky. WebMD. I just about passed out yesterday. It's great. It's true. You need the sun. You need VitDerma. And of course, if you live anywhere, and these are the dark months, okay? What I call the dark months. December. January is a-coming. And February. There's 3 months in particular. Unless you live in Florida, you're not going to see enough of the sun and you're not going to get enough VitDerma. Then you have to take a supplement. Okay? You have to take a supplement. So there's 3 ways to get vitamin D. 1, the sun. It's the best, and you can never overdose. Did you know that? You can never overdose on the sun. Now, you can burn from the sun, and I'm not suggesting you ever do that. But what I am suggesting, don't you put anything on your skin that blocks the sun if it's chemical. Don't do that. Let the sun come and then cover up or get in the shade. But VitDerma is the best way to get vitamin D. The second way is to eat vitamin D, and let me tell you how you can get that. Eskimos. I know I can't say that anymore. Inuit. The northern, live up in the north with Santa Claus. How do they get vitamin D? Well, they eat it, but every day. And vitamin D is only found in food in the animal kingdom. Okay? Eggs, meat, and cheese. You get vitamin D in there. Now, you don't get a lot of it, but if you eat it every day, your vitamin D levels will be all right. And then the third way is take vitamin D3 as a supplement. That's how the 3 ways you get vitamin D. Food, if you're going to do it, food, you have to eat it every day. Every day, 7 days a week. The sun, in 20 minutes, you get 10,000 IUs. 10,000. Now, I shared this yesterday with a few folks. When, this is a good story, I'll actually post it. 83-year-old lady. Okay, I'm just telling you, this actually came out in a medical journal. Inadvertently took 50,000 IUs. Inadvertently, she didn't realize she was taking that much. Inadvertently took 50,000 IUs of vitamin D3 every day for 10 months. Not only was she not toxic, okay? Not only was she not toxic, her pancreatic cancer tumor was shrinking. And the doctor said, "What are you doing?" Well, she said, "I don't know. How come it's shrinking?" And this is actually in a study. And they said, "We need to investigate this further. What did vitamin D at that high dose for 10 months?" So, folks, let me just say this. When they scare the living life out of you for taking vitamin D, and they tell you it's fat soluble, can I just say this? Repetition. The waiting rooms are not full of people in North America sitting there and going, "I'm here because I took too much vitamin D." No, it's just the opposite. Just the opposite. Folks, nature always wins. That could be the headline from WebMD. Nature always wins. VitDerma. VitDerma. I'm telling you, you need, look, I don't want to talk about anything else in that sense. We're not talking vaccines or whatever. Pros, against, whatever. I don't want to talk about that. And I don't want you fighting on our private Facebook group. Don't fight. I don't want that. That's our group. And people feel strongly on both sides of the issue. The forum is not for that. But I'm going to tell you this. That vitamin D will help, no doubt about it, your immune system. And that is what, from day one, this guy, your friend, Dr. Martin, has been telling you. You need VitDerma. I don't care who you are. I don't care how old you are. I don't care, because it's true. It's the truth. And even WebMD, like I said, I feel like passing out. I'm so shocked. Said, yeah, even your T cells, they need the sun. Yeah, okay, that was one story. 2 years late to the party. Okay. Now, let's do the second one. Okay? Let's do the second one. Vitamin E. Okay, vitamin E. What's vitamin E? Exercise. Okay? Specifically, weight training. Now, you guys know me, and for those who are new on this podcast, I want to tell you something. Here's what I love in exercise. Move. Any exercise you do is beneficial. The best exercise is weight-resistant exercise. I'll repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. Ladies, pick up weights. Make yourself strong. Because here's what many of studies have said. But I'm going to give you another study that I flagged yesterday. Vitamin E, weight training. Okay? Vitamin E being exercise, not walking. Walking's good. Okay? Hello? Walking is good. Okay? You like jogging? Good for you. But it's not the best. You get on a treadmill? Good for you too. But it's not the best. I'm giving you the best. The best is weight training. Resistant exercises. Bands. Stretch. Make yourself strong. Because again, you know what the study is saying? Listen to the headline. Not only vitamin E, I put the little vitamin E, weight training exercise, not only trains muscles, get strong. I tell my grandchildren, okay? Grandpa, I can't bring these on a plane, my guns. I love teasing, okay? Because they like laughing with, I don't know if they're laughing at Grandpa or laughing with Grandpa, okay? But anyway, I love my grandchildren. If I'd have known grandchildren are that much fun, we'd have had them first, okay? Okay. But anyway, listen to what it's saying. Muscles can help prevent the development of fatty liver. Hello? Are you listening? Vitamin E, specifically weight training. Okay? Weight training. And before I finish the headline, let me just finish about the best exercise. Okay, so like I said, weight training, 15, 20 minutes, 3 to 4, see those 4 fingers? 4 times a week, 15 to 20 minutes. You want to do more? Knock yourself out. But here's the science. 15 to 20 minutes, 3 to 4 times a week. Weight training. And this study says, remember, it helps to prevent the development of fatty liver. The headline in this study. Isn't that something? Now listen, okay? I'm going to make an overarching principle here that you will understand because I've constantly said it. You cannot out-exercise a bad diet. Okay? What this study is saying, you can cheat a little bit. Okay? Because, exercise is very helpful. It is. Okay? But you can't out-exercise a bad diet. Okay? So, you know me on the foundations. The foundations is food. And the key is getting rid of sugar and crappy carbohydrates. Okay? But exercise. Now, we wrote an email just coming into the holiday season. How do you not shipwreck your body, during the holiday season? One of them is we recommended fasting. Okay? So go 14, you have a supper, and, maybe you're out with your family, whatever. Come on, I understand that, okay? I'm not asking anybody to leave the planet. We have to live on the planet. And, maybe it's your birthday, or it's Christmas, or it's New Year's, or whatever. I get it. I never give anybody a recipe for failure. I give them a recipe for success. I want you to be successful, okay? And form very, very good habits. But during the holiday season, come on. You might eat, some stuff that you ordinarily wouldn't eat. And one of the ways to help yourself is, obviously is exercise. I just said it. You don't want to pack up your liver? Fast, intermittent fasting. If you're going out for a big supper with all the family and friends and whatever, then, maybe have some bacon and eggs in the morning and just protein and fat and no carbohydrates, zero, until you get to that supper. Okay? It helps. And then, when you're finished eating, go the next day and maybe don't even have breakfast if you can do it. So you can, cheat a little bit. You can reward yourself a little bit. Come on. Exercise. Weights especially, because remember, the more muscle you have, the more place you have to store glycogen, which is stored fuel. You need bins. And the last place you want to bin it, the last place you want to store it is in your liver. Because if the liver becomes full, like the Costco parking lot, you're going to make fat around your liver. And that happens rapidly too, by the way. But isn't this exercise this study interesting? I'm going to give you another one that just came out. I flagged it. Okay? So vitamin E, very beneficial. Well, we knew that, but the rest of the world is catching up to us. Okay? No, we like it. WebMD with vitamin D, major journal in medicine with vitamin E, exercise. Here's one, okay? And this is really, this is important. Fructose consumption, okay? So now we're going to talk about fatty liver for a minute here, okay? So we talked about fatty liver in exercise, and it really helps, okay? But you can't out-exercise a bad diet. You just can't do it. So don't fool yourself. Oh, I'm going to go to the gym and eat anything I want. Nah, this study is not saying that, by the way. Exercise is helpful. It will delay the process to some extent, but you're not going to get away with it forever. Okay, so here's the other study that coincides with this. This has to do with fructose. Okay, fructose consumption, even in the absence of obesity. Okay, I'm reading to you the headlines. Fructose consumption, even in the absence of obesity, causes serious changes in the liver. Okay? Fructose. Now, am I talking about fruits? A little bit. But I'm not talking about that so much. Because what I'm talking about is high fructose corn syrup, which is the sugar of the day. It's the sugar since 1980. I think it was 1982 to be specifically. High fructose corn syrup, when it was approved by the FDA, has been the curse of our society. Because fructose, high fructose corn syrup, gets metabolized differently than just sugar does. Sugar, we always say it bad, but when I say sugar is bad, I really mean the sugar that we're using today in its high fructose corn syrup. It's in soda. It's in your cookies. It's in anything sugar added by the food industry. And the reason they do it, it's cheap, it's addictive. Food scientists. The food industry hires food scientists. Well, I'm a food scientist. They never hired me. Okay? They didn't hire me because I'm the bad news bear to the food industry. Okay? But they hire people who specifically make food addictive. And what they found was a bonanza when they discovered and they manufactured high fructose corn syrup. They said, man, oh man, we got it. It's cheap and it's addictive. And guess where they aimed at? Kids, because that's what they put in cereals. And they hooked a complete generation of people. Hooked them. From Pop-Tarts to Frosted Flakes are great. They hooked them. And what this article is saying, Okay, what this study is saying, fructose consumption, even in the absence of obesity. Now, did you see what I posted a half an hour ago on our private Facebook group? What did I post there? I posted a picture of a fella. Let me get his name because I've got it here. Okay, he's in the circus. Okay, he's in the circus. Wait a minute, let me get him for you. I have it here. His name is Chauncey Moreland in 1890. Go look at that. I posted it in the private Facebook group. Look at this guy's picture. He's in the circus. 1890 in Barnum and Bailey Circus, because he was the fattest man on the planet. The world's fattest man is the headline beside his picture. Now, I tell you something, guys. The reason we see so much of this, go look at that picture and then go to your malls. You don't have to go far. Observe. People are so much bigger today. Why did that happen? It's not the air we're breathing, nor the water we're drinking. It's not that. It's high fructose corn syrup. Yep. It's one of the greatest factors in obesity. But remember, obesity, there's a lot of things that go on. And anyway, I don't want to get into that. We'll get into it on another day. But I want to finish this study. Okay? And the study says that fructose, even in the absence of obesity, so you look at your kids, okay, your grandchildren, or your neighbor's kids, and you see a skinny kid running around. And you know, maybe in our heads we're going, well, metabolically, that kid's all right. No. It depends on what he's eating. Because even in the absence of obesity, this is what this study is saying, which I really appreciated, because if you guys have been listening to me, I've been telling you this for a long time. Changes occur in the liver if they're consuming lots of sugar, and they could be skinny as a rake. Their liver is changing in 3 ways. Here's what the study says. 1, fatty liver. Oh, but doc, they're skinny. Yeah, but it don't matter. They're damaging their liver with fatty liver. Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, which is something, I'm telling you, when I was in school in the 1970s, there was no such thing. You had cirrhosis of the liver. That's what I studied. And that was due to alcohol. But now you have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, which is, they're estimating, 40-50% of the population that they even know about. You see, the problem with non-alcoholic fatty liver is there's not necessarily any symptoms. They might not even know it. The damage is being done. 1. 2, here's what the study said. It creates problems even in kids. Even without obesity, it says it creates problem. It's called dyslipidemia. Oh, I hate medicine for their big words. Oh, by the way, you got dyslipidemia. Oh, what does that mean? You know what it means? You got bad triglycerides, even kids. And bad, you got high triglycerides and low HDL. That's what dyslipidemia means. How to confuse the world. And number 3, here's what it's saying. Okay, so they get non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, kids, fructose consumption, high fructose corn syrup. 2, they get dyslipidemia, which means they get high triglycerides and low HDL. Okay, the cholesterol's not high enough. And 3, number 3, this is more important than the other 2, in my opinion. They get, even in the absence of obesity, they get high circulating insulin, or another name for it, insulin resistance. And you know what the study is saying? This is dangerous. Yeah, very dangerous. Kids are not healthy. And guys, it ain't the virus that we should be worried about with kids. It's their eating. Their eating. Okay? And never mind, their mental health and everything else. Okay. I had fun again today. Okay? You guys are great, by the way. Much appreciated. Okay, now, go and look at the guy that's in the circus. What was his name again? I got it right in front of me. Chauncey Moreland. Chauncey Moreland, 1890. Go look at that picture. Or maybe I'll post it again. Okay? But seriously, guys. Okay? Now, Friday, question and answer. Okay? Friday is question and answer, so send your questions in. It's always a fun time. You're not a member of the private Facebook group? Why not? Join and get your friends to join. Okay? And if they can't watch this live, you can share it with them or get them to download the Doctor Is In podcast. Okay? No more advertising. I love you dearly. Talk to you soon.